Hello everybody, this is Sonya. I'm in Australia and I'm on here now today to do some crazy patchwork beading sort of thingy. We're just revisiting the crazy patchwork, and one of the lovely ladies on here said to me that she didn't know how to bead. Silly old me said, oh, it's real easy, you just do it. Sorry about that. It was my really bad response to that, wasn't it? Maybe I wasn't having such a good day that day. Anyway, I didn't say that to her personally, but I did. That was my comeback on, it is easy to do too. So I'm coming on here today to show you how to put some beads onto your crazy patchwork, or to anything that you want to do. Now, I have the videos on making this. I would love to go and see if I can find them. I will try to, and I'll link them down at the bottom of this, okay? As you can see, I've done a lot of beading on this, and there's still a bit to go. But I want to put some more work on this now, and this is good, nice, calming work, like I have nearly just this close to finishing the book. The lace and fabric gel, and you won't see it again now until it is done, because I've only got a few bits to go and finish the back end, because I've been working on it again today on my own, and I just want to finish it now, and I'll put it up when it's finished, okay? So we'll put some beads on here, hey? So most of this work, these stitches too, I've shown you how to do those on different videos. I'll really make a special effort, I promise you, to find the videos for this, because I can show you again, but I do not want everybody to be thinking, oh, we've got to go through this again. But sometimes a review on things is a good idea, to have another look to see what it's like. Oh dear, look at them, aren't they cute? That's me done that. I'm sorry, I got nail polish on, and I've got glue stuck to the nail polish. I'm sorry about that. It's only clear because I'm trying to strengthen my nails a bit if I can, so they don't look khaki when they're broken. But anyway, so this is what I've done on here so far. It's been a long time, I think, since I've worked on this. Righto, so now there's lots of different sorts of beads, of course, you can get. These little seed beads are very popular with me anyway. I love them. And then there's sequency things that you can add with your beads, and it's all different colours. There's sequins, there's all different sizes. There's a bugle sort of bead, that's a long one. I didn't get a variety, but these are nice long ones too. I love those. I have got a lot of beads, and I do love to use them. You can actually see a few in these boxes this way, because once you hold it up you can't see through the top of the lid. But there's all different sorts and sizes in this. I've got no idea what sizes they are, when you think about, they're not that dear to buy really, because you get a fair few and you're not going to run out in a hurry. I mean, I've been using this bottle of bead soup now for a really long time, which is a mixture of ones that when I was sorting one day I couldn't be bothered going through anymore. That was enough, I'd had enough of that. So I've still got them hanging around, but I've got this one here, and I do have a whole heap more, but I've got to use today. That lot will be enough. Where's the box over here with some in it? No, we don't need any more, Sonya. Please leave it alone. That's enough. Let's time this, because I better time this, because I'm really late. Again, when I say late, it's only before lunchtime, but I'll be going on after lunchtime if I sit here and talk too much to you. But so anyway, now I'm going to put on some beads. So needles, we'll need bead needles. Now these are all the same, but these have got a bigger eye. This size it's a Sullivan's bead. Sullivan's is the name of them, and they're size 10 to 13, and they have got a fairly big eye in them. I don't know if you can actually see that or not. Maybe you can, look, see there? Oh, I'll move that bit of shiny stuff. Can you see that? You can thread that, because you only need a thin piece of thread. I've also got some of these. Where's the camera? Now look at that. It's all bent, twisted. These are ones that open in the middle. See, like that, where you can see. I've shown you these before. And then you got to put your thread down in there. This is a bit long, this one. You can buy them a bit shorter. They're not dear. You can get them on eBay. Bead needle with split or something. Write that. A split bead needle, maybe. Just write that in, see if you can find some. This is the only one I can find. Oh, hang on. Should have some in here. I'm going to put this one back in here because they're really easy to lose. They're very fine and they come out of the... That one's not a split one, but this one is. Look at the shape of this now. I was doing some work with it this morning, actually, and it's ended up looking like that. But that's okay. So I'm going to use today one of these new ones. Oh, yeah, for some reason I love to use a new needle. I don't know what that is, but I just love using a new needle. Yeah, I do. Or, you know, it's just weird, I know. But anyway, I got these because they were half price. You know, so I grabbed a fair few because after a while they do tend to bend with the heat of your hands, which just seems silly, but they do, and you could lose them. Preferably not, or you could break them too. They could break because they may break easy. It just depends. It just depends, whether they got made out of good stuff or not. Now I'm going to move this over and I'm going to put on some, what colour will we do? I think I'd like to put on some mauve ones here. I like those. I want something that you can see, and I'll show you how to do them. And a sequin, a sequin. Let me see if I can put these up in here. It's the same way as you put these little ones on too anyway. There's no difference. And you put your sequences on. So I'm thinking about putting some mauve up along this green here because I've got mauve on that green and I really like that. I think that looks really good. I do love to add pearl ones as well. I do like putting on the pearl beads. Let's see if I can get a box out of here with them in. There's some here. Now, sometimes you can find an ordinary needle, but not very often because the beads have got a very, very small hole in them. So these are the really nice little tiny pearl ones. I love those to use. They are nice. Okay, so let's put some, there's some big father stitches along here, isn't there? That one there seems to be fraying a bit. I don't know if I'm really keen on that. Maybe I've got it caught on something. Maybe I could add a touch of glue and that might hold it together. We might do that, Nobody said we couldn't, did they? There's no rules, I guess. It's on your own, it's your own work. Please yourself what you do with it. You would never have dreamt of doing this once, but since I've been on YouTube, you can do these things, it doesn't matter. It's all my own work. Please myself what I do with it. Now, you've got to be careful, putting glue on velvet is not a good idea. And I just daubed it on there. You know what I'll do? When you've got a problem like that, because that is a problem to me, you either sew over it, or you put something on it. You cover it over, because that's the way we deal with things sometimes. We can put that on there, or we can go and look in our little... I've got a small few things in this container I was working with this morning. Maybe I've got something here I can put over the top of it. Maybe it won't take this to be too long, Sonya, please. Just get on with this and find something. I do love them. I do love those things with the holes in them that Annette sent me. I do love them. They're little nice. I might put that one on there. I know we were beading, but we will get back to that, don't you worry. Nobody panic. Okay? Nobody panic. I've got such lovely things to get done. Now that's stuck down, but I'd rather it's not there because it's a mistake and I don't want to keep it. Now I've got a sort of grey colour here, and I'll use that because it'll look okay behind these other things. You tried it with the other fabric and beads because you need to try and keep your colours pretty close, otherwise you'll have, if you're sewing onto the background or through a bead that's really way different from your thread, you'll be able to see it. And unless you want to see it, the thread, you're best to stick with something pretty close, okay? Pretty close to the colour you're going to use. So I'm going to put this little circly thing on here for a minute. Cover up this thing that I'm not happy with. So this piece of work will be on Etsy when I've finished. It will not have anything else done to it, only the work that I'm doing on here now. It has, I might put something on the back. I might put something on the back of it, to like a piece of calico or something. But then, you know, if anybody, well, when you buy it, you just use it to make a bag or something out of it, because I have got too many and I cannot do them all. So let's see which way would be up if we were going up. We'd go this way because these beads here are dangling down, aren't they? Look at that. There's a tiny little diamond thing there. So these are dangling down this way. So this would be the top here. So if we're working on something that's hanging down, we're going to make it go like this, okay? So this can have beads on too, so we can get started with the bead thing. I'm using my bead needle to sew this on because I'm going to use beads. I'm going to work with beads on it. So look at that. I'm going to put the mauve ones on there in my. I think so. And I do love to use the gold. These are a bit big. Crikey, they're too big. They're too big. Something smaller, please. These ones here are littler. There you go, see? They're a lot smaller, and you can't really see them that plain, can you? Let's get something that we can see. We need to see what we're doing. These are nice. They're really nice. I love that colour. So I need to put some in. Some of these are a bit, some of them are empty. I like to use those too. We better get on with this. Any time will be run out before I find a bead. Oh, they're too dark. Okay. Put that back up there, Sonya. Now let me see. Righto, so in the middle of this I'll put one of these. Okay, so this will show you how to do this. They're a sequin flower shape. I want something I can see, so I'm going to go with the green bit. It's only very, very, very vague. I just vaguely see this. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'll try and bring that down a bit further and not bump my head on it. Okay, so we're going to come through the back and have a knot. Definitely have a knot, unless you want to backstitch a few times because you don't want your beads falling off. That would not be a good look. You come through the right side of this sequiny flower and you can buy these, you know, like there's hundreds in here. Look at them. I don't know whether I got them mixed or colours and then mixed them. I don't know how that worked out. I can't remember now. And so in the centre of that I'm going to put the purple one or that one. I'm going to put this one here. Now, I need to put them out on something that I can pick them up easy. I bought a tiny little funnel the other day so I can pick up the beads and tip them into... And when I say tiny, it is tiny, tiny. I wonder if I'm going to not put too many on, just a couple. Woo. And they do tend to have static, some of them, so you can see that these are. If you can see them. Can you see them? I'll tell you how they really are. I'll grab one. So when I put that through, I'm not going back again until I put this bead on. I put the bead on, pull it down, go in, back in here, but do not go through that little bead, right? Because that little bead will come on there now with the thread and not go through. Now, if you get tangled up or something, just twiddle it till it gets right. You don't want to, excuse me, and you don't want to not have it right, okay? So I'm going to go up here, in this space, and pull it fairly tight. Now, when you're doing the bead sewing on, you need to have something that's fairly sturdy, the background. Like I've got felt under that, and plus the stuff on the top, so that makes that pretty sturdy. And this has got a lot of, it's got velvet and calico and that on it, so it's pretty sturdy. You want a good solid background. So I'm going to come up through there, and because I can't really see that little bead that much, I might go away from him and see if I can find some. I was sewing these gold ones on this morning, and that was quite good fun. So I might put some gold ones around this so we can see what we got. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the outside of this flower and put these gold ones on. So you just go up and go straight back down through there. Pull it tight, but don't pull it that tight that it's going to all bunch up on you. Just pull it strong and it'll be fine. Get your 2 threads. So you tied the knots, when you threaded it, you tied the knots together, okay? And I'm going to have to put this around the back and glue it down so it's out of my road, because it's only just at the end of that. But it's annoying me. Okay, I'll just stick a piece of fabric on that, but it won't take long to dry. I'll keep my fingers out of it. Now I'm going to have to pick those up one at a time probably, but this going around here will sound, oh, I can hear it, some flies or bees or something buzzing out there. Yeah, so it's a nice day today here in Australia. I hope I said this, introduced myself. I know I was trying to get on here really fast because I had to do something. I had to get something done. Keep checking on the back just to make sure that you haven't caught anything else that's not supposed to be on there, plus that you haven't got any extra thread that you didn't pull through, because sometimes it can knot on the back and it won't pull through, but there's ways to fix things so you don't have to worry about it when you get, just check it to make sure, because sometimes you can have a bit of a loop or a knot on the back and you've got your bead here and then it'll wiggle undone and be hanging off the piece like it's not right. Okay, so I'm getting all these gold ones out of this soup, out of my bead soup. I'm going to put my arms up on the table. Now that disappeared right down in underneath what we're working on, didn't it? Now I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to sew through that. Find my bead. Go back through the bead. Where are you? Come here. What are you doing going down in there? And put it on the top. So I'm just going back down on top of the piece. It's cobbling up. I sewed down the actual bit of applique a bit so it wouldn't. See how that flips up there? It's not sewn down. When I put the bead in, I'll sew that down again so it won't be sticking out there. Now, I put some of these in here today so I could find the gold ones without too much pressure. Okay, so we're going to put this on here. Go down in on top of that so it won't disappear down into the piece of work. And come in through. Oh dear, found the place. I haven't got any loopy bits. Good. Pick up your bead and go back down through here. And whatever you do, if you do find a needle that will go through the bead, make sure that it'll go through all the beads, because sometimes it'll trick you. You've got to put another bead on and it won't work, so best to get a bead needle. It's not that hard to do, to find a bead needle, so it's best to do that. You do it right, and that way you won't, because if you're trying to do something and it's mucking you up so bad, it is a good idea to go leave it alone, but if you want to keep going with something, you're best to couple of knots on, a couple of back stitches on the back and a bit of a knotty thing, and it'll be fine now. Feels very secure because of the amount of stuff that's behind it, fabric that's behind there. So I do like that. That looks pretty. Now I'll just do a couple more, then I'm going to show you something else. I might put something up here on the pink. There's a lot to go on this, isn't there? These bugle ones I really like. I don't know if I should put them along here though. I've got to go around there with some more of those. There's a lot more work to be done on this. It's going to take me a little while. It just depends when I get a chance or not. But I might do this in the lounge room at night time and waiting for Jeremy to want to go to bed, because sometimes he wants to stay up a bit later than I do. Just depends And then I can't go to sleep, so I don't know. Where am I going to put this? Stop fiddling around with it, Sonya, decide. Have I got any on here yet? Yeah, those. I made those little bits there, didn't I? Okay, righto. Don't know if I want them on this part. Let me see. That might be why it wasn't working for me. If something's not working for you, you're supposed to go away from it, you know. And just keep on trying anyway. I might make a flower, eh? Just make a flower out of it. That's a better idea. We've done that before too. I've showed you how to do that. It's all in my old book. The book I just made. When I say my old book, it's all in that book I just made. That this lace and lace and fabric journal. So put one down there, and then go up. We seeing this? And then go up here the other side of it, opposite. Maybe I'm going to put one in the centre now first. Hey, let's do a centre piece. Let's do a centre one, right? So what do we put in the middle? I'm going to have a gold one. Oh, that's pretty. It's a bit big though. Let's just have a little round bead in the middle. It's silver. It doesn't matter, does it? If it's silver. So I want to get this back in the centre. Probably be easy to do this if we do this first, you know, put this bit in. Now, you can start by coming up there and going down, but you need to make sure that the length of your bead is right so you don't make a mistake. So I'd rather come up near this centre bead and put this on. Come here. I mean, it all went down in the groove here. I'll come back over here so you don't have to look at my arms. Oh dear. Alright, now, I hope you can see what we're doing. Go up there. And down there. And make sure you lay that, push it down as far as it'll go. And then get back down really close to it. Not too close so it'll lift up. Because the bead will stick up in there. If you don't, you just want it just right. Now I'm going to come across this way here and put one over this side because, I don't know, but I am. Oops, that's my finger. I don't need that on the piece. Rightio. I don't know how many petals I'll end up with, but we're just going to put them in until we're pretty happy with what we're doing. Okay, you just come up through the back. And like I said, have something sturdy. And if you've got a very thin piece, like I've been doing with my hankies, put a piece of paper behind it. Glue the paper on first, wait till it dries, and that'll give it some bit more stability. It just depends. If you're making something that you don't want to put the paper behind, well, that's fine, but it gives it a lot. It's a lot more stable if you do that. And come up this side over here. I can't seem to find the right place. There we go. We're through. Now these needles are pretty long, so they're easy to work with. I'm going to have to tip them off there. That's just annoying me something frightful, that is. You can't be too annoyed by what you want to do, can you? Sometimes I'm not easily... Well, I'm not that annoyed. It's just sometimes, you know, you think things aren't going right for you all the way you go. You get a bit upset with it. I know some people can't handle it. I just keep on going with the things. My thoughts are, you're beating me, you know. That's what my thoughts are. You're only a piece of fabric and a bead, for goodness sake. Didn't that look cool? I really like that. I think that might be right. It's not exactly amazing, you know, but it looks good, I think. Now, I'm going to do a couple of back stitches just here near it. And hopefully I've got enough. Now we're up the right way. So I'm going to put another one here, but I'm only going to make a half a flower. I'm going to make a half flower here. And I'm not going to have enough. Not going to have enough, and that's going to annoy me. So hopefully I can pull this back through. Sometimes you can, because you see that? It just went straight through there, didn't it? That's cool. Now I'm going to take that off, and I'll put another bit of well, I was going to show you something else, and I thought, well, I'm going to do the half flower first, and then we'll see what happens then. We'll see where we get with all these something else's. Okay. Okay, right, now I've got plenty of thread here. This ordinary sewing machine thread is just perfectly fine. And of course, I'd have to have something stuck to myself, wouldn't I? I tried to clean all the glue off, but it won't come off my fingernails. So I'm just going to have to take it off later. Right, okay, what's going on here? Oh, Sonya, you didn't start that clock. I don't believe that. I did not believe that I didn't start that timer. It's really weird, you know. It's supposed to be set for 45 minutes. It's got 46 on there. What's going on? Maybe I pressed a second button. What did I do? Oh dear, I don't know. I keep forgetting to start it every time. And I've got a bit of an idea though how long I've been here, because I fold it over and try and thread it, Sonya. Do not stick the cotton in your mouth, because it only makes it swell up when it gets wet. Which I do it anyway, even though I say it to you every time I thread a needle. I probably say that, but I still do it anyway. I don't know why. I've done it all my sewing life. Just something that I do. Now, why didn't this work? How's it going now? I'm not going to have to, I'm just going to have to switch it off, I think. Stop. Please stop. I got you. Right. Now, let me see. I'm up here. I'm going to do a half a flower, okay? So I'm going to put a bead. I'll put the round one in first. Round one first. I think this one might be a bit big. It's not bigger than that one, isn't it? What about the gold one? No, it might be okay. So this is very therapeutic, this sort of thing. It's very good for you to do. I think I told everybody when I started doing this, it was when Jeremy was really sick. He was very, he got depression really bad from the job that he was in years back. And it was that bad when they gave him the tablets that he had to take. He slept for 3 months, on and off. He'd get up and have something to eat, and then he'd have to go back to sleep again. It was really not good for the poor man, but so I used to sit up of a night time on the chair next to the bed. Now, I couldn't do anything that was too big, because I did just do a bit of sewing. So I started doing these patchwork things. And I really enjoyed that. And that's when I got into it in a really big way, because I've and then I started making them and selling them at the markets. After a while, people told me they were good, so I kept going. And it just went from there to go with everything else. I mean, I've been doing embroidery and sewing for years before that, but I just, for some reason, started just putting this stuff together, and it just went from there. Thank goodness he's recovered and not looked back since, so that was good. But anyhow, right, so now I'm doing, just going in, picking up one, putting it on there. I'm just going to put some this side, okay, because these are hanging down there. Right, now this one is leaning halfway. The other half of the flower's over the other side, okay? I hope you can see what I'm doing, because I'm really moving down the shot again, haven't I? I'm bad with doing this. At least I got control of this camera. At least that's good. I was looking at one of my videos I did a long time ago, and I was an awful long way away from what I was doing. because they were the ones. Now see, I've come out too far away from there, but I'm going to push that up, and hopefully when I put it in, when I press that down, when I sew that down, it will work. Hang on a sec. No, I was being foolish and fiddling with the camera, so that didn't work. I can undo this. I can come back and undo it. Whoops. Come here. Come here. So one lady's got the book that my sewing book. She's received that. Carla has received that, and she loves it. Isn't that good? And the other two are overseas, so they haven't as yet. I'm just undoing this because I can, because all you've got to do is pull your cotton back through, and I don't want to leave it looking goofy. So I'm going to just take that back through there. If you hold your needle straight, it should go back through that hole, and it comes straight out. This does not happen with anything other than the bead needles, I don't think, unless you can actually see that the hole's that big that it's going to go back through there. Because the bead needle is really fine, it'll follow the thread back through. Alright, now we're back to where we started, and we're going to put another bead, that bead back on there again. This time we should pay more attention to what we're doing. Righto, that goes there. Now, is that enough, just putting those? Yes, it is. Look, see? Doesn't that look cool? Actually, I could put one across there. What do you reckon? I don't know. I think I like it like that. I think I like it that way. Okay, now, you would have seen the video, I hope, of the actually absolutely beautiful happy mail that I got yesterday, day 4, whenever you will see this. So in that, I have just the things that I can bead. So there's a bit of beading. That was a very small bit, but it's a little while to do. It's getting it all nice and what you want. Okay, so in here, in this parcel, there was all these sort of bits. Okay, and there's not anything small in here. Yes, there is. Okay, so I can show you on this one, because if you can get your lace, and I'm lucky enough to find something like this, you can bead it, because then it looks really awesome. It looks good anyway, but you know, beading it makes it even better to my way of thinking. I might have a mouthful of water. Okay, now I've got about 10 minutes to give you a quick run through. Pearly ones. I think it'll look good on this. So it's all got gauze. There's all gauze in there around it. So I'm just looking at, there's a flying thing in here again with me today. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to come up through it. Now it's very, very fine gauze, but that's okay. And you can like do this on any sort of lace, but I wanted to do it on these pieces. Got this big father knot's just over the top, isn't he? Really? He's just too big. I'll put him around the back. Make sure you can't see it. Now, if you want to use this as a piece, though, you would make sure that that knot wasn't there. You'd have to do something different. Okay? I should have probably put a different colour onto you. I hope you can see these. So come up through the back with your knot and your 2 pieces of thread. And all you do then is just put your beads on. Oh. You go through there. Now you only need one. I think you only need one bead there. Maybe we can put 2 beads. Okay, so come down there and put another bead. There's no rules on how many beads. Okay. Now you're going to go over here and pick up a bead. Whoops, come back. I might have to just show you in a minute how this works on ordinary lace too. So, because that's a bit sheer, I don't want to see this going behind it. So I'm going to come over here, this being the thread. I'm going to pick up a bit of that last piece too of thread that I got, and I'm going down underneath here, oops, without getting it all caught up. I'm going down under here, oops, I got it caught up, I can undo that, right, and I'm going to sneak through and go to this part here, so you can't see like bits of thread going across the back. You understand? You don't want to be having bits of thread going across the back of it. Alright. You could see me doing a bit of beading in the next videos, because I really want to get some things done in my crazy patchwork, because then I'm also going to be working on my gypsy journals. I've got lots of things to do, because I do lots of things. It's my fault, I guess, because I dabble in lots of stuff. I do a lot of stuff, and probably that's annoying to people, because you might want to see me finish something. I try my best. Another bead. Right. And go down through here. So we're trying to keep this... now, can you see what we've done? No, I can't see it. How can you see it? Ah, dear. We put this on there. Does that make a difference? Can you see them beads? Oh, yeah. They're there. Look, I promise. Okay? Doesn't that look good? So, I'm going to leave that attached to that, grab another needle, and just show you what it looks like on ordinary lace. I mean, you just go and put some beads on your lace, you know, to make it a bit different. And now she's going to say, where's some lace? There, oh dear. Oh, Sonya. I don't know. It will look good, don't you worry. Because sometimes we just want to put a bit of bling on something. Got that. And I have, as you know, heaps of lace. It's a bit lacy, not that interesting, though, I don't think. Whether I use a different colour than white, hadn't I, so you can see what I'm doing. I've got this pink here. This pink's not that amazing, so let's put something on this and see if we can make it look better. I find it very flat. Come back here. Come here. It's a bit flat. You know, because it's not, well, it is, look, see? It's flat lace. But it hasn't got anything jazzy on it, has it? So let's try and fix it up a little bit. Make it a bit jazzier. Oh, I get really upset about all the stuff sitting on it. I'm sorry, I'm picking around here at things all the time, trying to get the fluff off. But I don't like working in things everywhere. Okay, so now to do this and get it to look, you know, different. Don't you dare fall down over there. I can see there's flowers on there. See, there's a flower on here. So I can make that look really nice, can't I? I can put some of those beads on that. I can come up here at the edge of the flower, and I notice too now that this grey, I can see it's a bit plain, looks a bit dirty, doesn't it? It isn't dirty, because it shouldn't be, probably should have got rid of that, but anyway, we're going to just keep going with it for the time being, because I only got a little while left before I have to right, now if you can't get these bugle beads too, there's always other ones. You can just put them in a row. So you can put that one out there. It looks all right in that space. Oh, what am I doing? Hooking things around here. I just need to stop that. And then we go to the next one over here and put some petals on, see? Okay, if I can catch it. I hope you can see this. I really do. Right, and then another petal will go on here. Okay, so I know how long I've been doing this now, because I can hear my lunch. And if I hear my lunch, I know my hubby's going to be in here soon, and I better get off here, because otherwise I'll go over time. But I just want to show you that this is what we can do. We can do lots of different things with our beads on our lace and things and make it nice and pretty. Put them in your journals, you know, they look really good. It gives a bit of bling. This would make a really nice piece for tab on the side of your journal, you know, if you wanted to do that sort of thing. If you've got a vintage piece of lace or something and you want to put a bit of something on it, it will look good doing that. Is that pulled up there tight enough? If I've got something hooked? No, good. We don't want anything to be hooked. Okay, and all we're doing is following the design on this. You don't have to make your own design. You can just follow the design, and you don't have to put all the same. Now, because I need to go, I'm just going to show you. All you have to do now, if you want to put on just a row of beads, if you haven't got one of those and you've got them, you can just use a whole heap of little ones. Little ones, where are you going? Come here. Which I've done many times before anyway, so it's not a... it looks all good, but I'm going to have to take them off because I've already done that other bit and I want it to stay like that. Now, how many do we need? So we can just line that up and say, well, look, we need 3. So we're going to have 3 of them. And I do hope that you can see this. This looks really good too, having the 3 of them along there. If you can't get the bugle beads, just do that and then put another row of them here. Okay? And that is awesome. So the little beads are good and handy to have. They really are. You do lots of things with them. Big beads are good too. So I better go now. I can't catch this. I'm just going to put the other little tiny row there just to show you what it looks like. Would have been a good idea, I suppose, for me to start a different flower, but you know, you don't have to have those long ones to put on there. You don't have to do that. It's not a thing. The bugle ones, you don't have to have them, because I reckon these look really good actually. I'm quite partial to the look of that one, don't they? They look really nice. So you can either do that way or this way on your piece of work, and then you can turn that into a thing that you put on the side of your journal if you wanted to. Look, you can cut that up there, put another bead in the middle, of course, or something, anything. Maybe we could put a sequin in the middle or something like that, and that'll look really cool too, wouldn't it? So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope that you got a little bit of something out of this today. If you need anything, no, excuse me, if you want to ask me something, go ahead and I will tell you about the answer in the next video. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye bye.